So I'm meteorologist Nick Lucchetti here at the Raleigh office, and I want to welcome you to the routine weekly briefing for Central North Carolina for Monday. This briefing will cover the period Monday through Sunday. That's August 1st through August 7th. And welcome to August. So today we will continue the theme of hot and humid to start the month. So here we just have a plot in the upper left of today's highs, and then here's our expected heat indices. So again, we're expecting hot temperatures, a little warmer across the south, and with the humidity, the feels like temperature will increase as well. And this will kind of be the main hazard over the next week. We'll continue to see really warm temperatures and high humidity, especially as we progress into later this week. And I'll touch on that a little bit more as we go through the briefing. So this is the classic slide with the upcoming weather pattern for Central North Carolina. So in the upper left panel here, we have the weather, the surface map for today. And today we're still expecting this afternoon perhaps to see some really widely scattered showers and thunderstorms could develop. We're not expecting any kind of coverage like yesterday. However, there is a slight chance for some showers and storms and really equal chances across the area. And we'll see something similar Tuesday. I think Tuesday and especially Wednesday is trending drier, but there could be some really isolated, scattered type showers and thunderstorms. But again, nothing as widespread as what we saw yesterday. As we progress into later this week, however, the Bermuda high will start to retake control over the southeast. So we'll start to see the humidity and moisture content increasing, especially as we turn into the weekend time period. So with that, and with another system up across the Great Lakes, another cold front kind of pushing south into the mid-Atlantic, we'll see rain chances increase as we get later into the week. And it looks like right now the models are keying in on more on the kind of Friday through Sunday time period with the greatest coverage. And I'll touch on that a little bit later, but that's kind of where the models are trending right now. And again, as the moisture content increases later in the week, along with the already warm temperatures, we should see those heat indices start to climb a little bit. So we might have some periods of heat index values between 100 and 105, particularly across the south as we progress later in this week. So again, that's kind of the main hazard I want to stress is really over the next 7 days is the potential high heat index values. So this is the expected cumulated precipitation forecast for the next 5 days. So you can see the upper left panel is for today. So we could see some scattered amounts of anywhere from 1/10 to 1/4 inch, maybe locally higher amounts with any heavier downpours. But again, we're not expecting as great a coverage as we saw yesterday. And then as we head into tomorrow and then into Wednesday in these next two panels, you can see that not expecting much precipitation. Perhaps on Wednesday, maybe some sea breeze convection might propagate into the southeast portions of our warning area. But overall, it looks like a relatively drier trend for Tuesday and Wednesday, and perhaps into Thursday as well. But as we ramp up into the Friday time period and more so over the weekend, you can see that we see a little more widespread accumulated precipitation is expected in that time period. And there's a little uncertainty still in the models, but they've been kind of here you can see the total precipitation over those 5 days. You can see that the forecast is more so along the mountains for the heaviest precipitation. That kind of seems to be the trend in the model. So there is some uncertainty, but we're starting to get a little more confidence that the heaviest rain axis will likely be over the mountains for that time period. So how much rain actually falls here in Central North Carolina is a little up in the air. But if you come back on Thursday, we'll have a little bit better idea on how much we might see over that time period. So it looks like upwards of 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 inch is possible over the next 5 days, with locally higher amounts possible with any heavier downpours. So we always like to show these graphics. This is the WPC's excessive rainfall outlook. And you can see that today we're actually outlined in a marginal risk for excessive rainfall, which means that we could see some isolated flash flooding. Again, with the amount of moisture content that's in the air this time of year, you can get some heavier downpours. And if that trains over an urban area, for example, we could see some, quick localized flash flooding. So there's a little bit of a risk of that today. But as we progress into Tuesday and Wednesday, there's no risk for any flash flooding. And then we also like to show the severe weather outlooks. And as you can see in the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday panels, we're only outlined in what we call general thunder. So there's a chance for some thunderstorms. It's the summertime, that makes sense, but we're not expecting any severe weather associated with any thunderstorms over the next week. And I just want to show this again. We've been showing this every week. Another week where we don't have any tropical cyclones expected during the next 5 days. However, I should mention that there is some of the parameters that we look at in the kind of medium to long range are potentially hinting at things coming together where we might see an uptick in some Atlantic tropical cyclone activity in the middle of this month. So that'll be something to watch for. But as of now, in the next 5 days, it looks pretty suppressed over the Atlantic Ocean. And then here's just a quick temperature and precipitation outlook in the medium range, 8 to 14 day outlook. So this is for the period August 8th through August 14th. And you can see on this left panel, the temperature outlook is there's slightly above average, around 40% probability of above average temperatures. So again, continuing that warm trend that we've seen. And then if we look at the precipitation outlook, it looks like there's equal chances. So kind of more around normal average for this time of year is what the outlook is from the Climate Prediction Center for rainfall chances. So again, kind of that summertime, diurnal afternoon pop-up thunderstorm type rainfall is what's expected. And we like to show this every week. This is actually the drought monitor from the climate office for last week. They do their updates on Thursday. So again, if you come back on Thursday, you'll get to see the updated plot. So this is from last week. So this doesn't include any of the precipitation in the last 48 hours. But just to reiterate, if you weren't here last Thursday, we still have D1 moderate drought for portions of the coastal plain, as well as the far northern Piedmont, and some abnormally dry conditions elsewhere across the Piedmont and coastal plain regions. So again, if you come back next Thursday and see our briefing, you'll see the updated map for this. I just want to show you really quick. This is from yesterday. We did see most of the heavier precipitation did kind of pan out across the Northeast Piedmont, which does align nicely with where we had D1 drought last week. And then we also had some other beneficial rainfall over those other areas that are in moderate D1 drought. So it'll be interesting to see if any of that rainfall alleviates the drought monitor update this Thursday. Okay. So just in summary, again, today we might see some widely scattered late day showers and thunderstorms today, and maybe some less so tomorrow. With any of those heavier rain showers, you could see some heavy downpours, which could lead to some localized flash flooding. Wednesday is trending drier before rain chances pick back up. More so kind of Friday through Sunday is when we're thinking right now where the greatest storm coverage may be. Again, come back on Thursday, we'll have a better idea of how much rain Central North Carolina might see this weekend coming up. And again, the main hazard to really push for the foreseeable future for this week is really the continued heat, and with the humidity increasing later this week, that's definitely something that we want you to key in on. So we could see some heat indice values reach 100 to 105 degrees, the feel like temperature, mainly across the South later this week. And again, for now, the tropics are quiet. But again, there is some signals perhaps we could see an uptick in activity by the middle of this week. And I'll leave you all with this, and I can answer any questions, but just some heat safety tips here. And you can also go to weather.gov/heat, and we have a lot of great material on there related to heat risks and ways to alleviate that. So with that, I could take any questions you might have.